Hey guys, how you doing this afternoon? How you doing? As you come on into this live stream, please let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. Um, yeah, make sure that everything is working well. Make sure that you can hear me and that you can see me. And today, guys, I'm going to be talking about something that is near and dear to my heart. Today, I'm going to be talking about some of the biggest myths people have when it comes to life insurance. And I'm going to show you how secretly the top 1% of wealth builders in this country use it to build wealth. So this is something that, like I said, is near and dear to my heart. And for reasons you will find out that'll become obvious a little bit later in this talk. And I know this is something, life insurance is usually something that people, don't like to talk about. Who likes to talk about life insurance? It sounds so dry. It's so boring. And the thought or the idea that someone has to pass away in order for life insurance to benefit you, you're going to learn today that that is absolutely not true. And if you stick around, you're going to see the many benefits associated with life insurance. So as you come into this live stream, go ahead, like it and share it so other people can be a part of our conversation today. I have my phone here set up so I can see your comments and questions. And like I said today, guys, I think you're going to find this is going to be super informative, and it's probably going to be something that you've never ever heard before, but has the tremendous power to benefit you and your family. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started right away. So I have a little couple uh, a couple slides that I want to share with you. I want to just make sure that you really see and get the benefit of what I am talking about and what I'm sharing today. So let's see. Let me see if I can pull up my screen here. And if you would, please let me know if you can see my screen. Okay. And if you can see me off to the side. Okay. Hey, Rodney, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today, Rodney. I greatly appreciate that. So like I said, today, here's what I'm going to be discussing and talking about. I'm going to be talking about the biggest myths people have when it comes to life insurance. And I'm going to show you how it is secretly used by the top 1%, okay, in order for them to build wealth. And most people don't know and don't understand. This is going to be a very quick presentation. So let me just say, if you're in the right place, if you have a spouse, significant other, children, or someone who depends on your income to supplement their living. If you haven't started saving for your retirement just yet, don't worry about it. This is going to be a tremendous help to help you get started and moving faster along down that road. If you want to be able to accelerate building tax-free wealth, you're in the right place. If you would like to have tax-free income in retirement for the rest of your life, money that doesn't run out, man, let me tell you something, you're in the right place. And if you would like to be prepared for life's unexpected emergencies when these things happen, we never know. Unfortunately, we don't know when these things are going to happen. But if you want to be prepared and you want to be able to sleep well at night, knowing that you have peace, that you are set up and you're prepared for anything that happens, you are in the right place. And of course, if you want to be able to leave a legacy for your family, as we are commanded, we're actually commanded to leave a legacy, not only for our children's, but for our children's children, right? And so if that is something that you want to do, if you love them and care about your family, and you want to be able to see generations forward, be able to benefit and grow from the wisdom and the execution that you did during your lifetime, let me tell you, you are in the right place. So first of all, for those of you who are joining me for the very first time, my name is Alex B. Jones. Who am I? I'm a retired 23-year business owner. I'm also a #1 Amazon best-selling author. I'm a financial counselor, licensed life insurance advisor. And basically, I help people, okay, change their relationship with money so they can live the life that they truly want and they can leave a legacy behind. That is my mission. That is what I do. And that's one of the reasons why I'm sharing with you today. So, my deep desire is to help people change their relationship with money, understand how to use money better, so they can live the life that they truly want. And that is my deep, deep desire. And I am fortunate enough to be in a position to be able to continue to share that information, to continue to beat the drum, to let people know that financial freedom isn't something for somebody else. Financial independence isn't for somebody else. It is for you. And it is for you and your family, and it's something that you can attain. We just have to make sure that we get the information that we need in order that we might be able to execute and put ourselves and our family in a better place. As they say, the more you learn, the more you earn. This is what this is all about, and this is why I share the information that I'm sharing. I also share because of my personal experiences. As you see over to the right there, that's my lovely mother. And during this whole COVID situation, recently we had a number of unexpected situations that came up within our family, and that caused us to have to readjust. Fortunately, my sister and I, we were in a position where we both recently retired, and we were in a place where we were able to take care of our mother. My sister is the primary caregiver. I love her, and but we looked at an assisted living facility for a few months, and that experience was something that didn't work out well for us. And so we made the adjustment, and fortunately, we were blessed enough to be able to do that. And so, and one of the reasons why we were able to do that is why I'm sharing this information with you today. In addition to that, my father passed away a number of years ago, and at the time of his passing, he did not have life insurance. And I know just how stressful it was for us to have to not only grieve our loss, but at the same time have to figure out how to pay the additional expenses associated with his passing. So I know how much of a benefit it would have been to us had we had some life insurance in place, so that we're able to take care of that expense and maybe even set us up to move forward better financially. But it wasn't something that we had, and I know just how that experience affected us as a family. And so yes, I'm sharing my personal experiences. And in addition to that, I also know what these financial tools have done for me and my family in making sure that we are set up and prepared in case something happens. But also for some of the other things that you're going to be able to see in this presentation, we're not only prepared for our eventual passing, but there are other things that we have been able to set ourselves up for as well, as you will see. So most people don't understand how life insurance works. And I understand that might be some of the reluctance that some people have for not getting life insurance, not talking about life insurance, or not even moving forward with it, because we just don't know what it's all about. We don't know what questions to ask, and we don't know who we can trust. So we know that any number of reasons, people have been there's some doubts and myths and misbeliefs, and we're going to talk about those things today. So just very quickly, insurance has been around for centuries. For centuries, people have been insuring their income, their family, their properties. They have been insuring workers and peasants for centuries, guys. So this is no new phenomenon. Let me just share with you. Many of you have heard of the super wealthy family, the Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts. Okay. And during their times in the late 1800s and the early 1900s, both of them were battling back and forth between who was the wealthiest family in the country, right? But the difference between the Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts is today, Anderson Cooper is a descendant of Vanderbilt. Today, the Vanderbilts are virtually they don't have the financial resources that they once had. We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, right? During their time. Now the Vanderbilts, just don't have that type of net worth and wealth. What was it that the Rockefellers did differently? Because now they have hundreds of descendants that are living very, very well from hundreds of millions of dollars. And the difference between the Rockefeller family and the Vanderbilts is that the Rockefeller family used life insurance, okay, to build wealth and to be able to pass on additional wealth that families for generations have been able to use and live from. The smart use of life insurance along with trusts have really set the Rockefeller family up where they are still one of the wealthiest families in the country, whereas the Vanderbilts are nowhere to be seen. So again, consumers have been misled about what insurance is, what it does, what the benefits are associated with life insurance. I'm going to help dispel some of those myths. Some people haven't been told the whole story about life insurance. And if you have been looking at life insurance from years and years and years ago, if it's been years since you've had someone do a policy review for you, I suggest that you do it now, because new features are being added all the time to life insurance products so companies can remain and stay competitive. So let me just very quickly let you know that life insurance pretty much comes in two main categories. Basically, it's term and permanent life insurance. Term and permanent. So what do those things mean? Term insurance is very similar to renting insurance. Term insurance is insurance that lasts for a specified period of time, usually somewhere between 10 and 30 years. And so the person, the insured, will basically have insurance for a specified period of time, whether it be 10 years, 15, 20, or 30 years, okay? Rather on the permanent side of life insurance, it's like buying life insurance. So if you kind of want to look at it, it's like the difference between renting and buying. Renting an apartment where you live in it for get the benefit of and live in it for a certain period of time, rather than buying where you actually buy it and you're actually able to live in it for your lifetime. So term insurance comes in the form of what people like to call pure life. Okay, so it's just the simple cost of life insurance for a person to be insured for a specific period of time. Whereas with permanent life insurance, it comes in the form of a couple of different policies or different structures. One is called whole life, where you're actually insured for the entirety of your life, okay? Another is universal life insurance, where there's some flexibility in terms of how long, the type of coverage, the payments that you make, um, whether those payments go up and down, whether you can stop during some periods of time. Universal life has a lot more flexibility in terms of uh, the benefits and a lot of the other things that are associated with your life insurance, your premiums, how long, whether you pick them, whether you stop paying at a period of time. It's just very, very flexible. How what type of return you would get on your policy. Those things have a high level of flexibility. Whereas whole life, it is pretty much cut and dry. Boom, boom, boom. This is what it is. There are guarantees in place. Um, Whereas universal life, which comes either in the form of, it can be indexed or it can be variable. And those are things that I can definitely get more into on a one-on-one basis. But in addition, but basically, it's term temporary life insurance or renting life insurance versus permanent buying whole life insurance. Okay. Now, let me just get to the first myth. The first myth, many people think, okay, that life insurance is too expensive. So let me ask you, for people who are on the live stream now, how much do you think life insurance costs? How much do you think life insurance costs? And let me tell you, obviously, life insurance, the cost of life insurance will vary on a number of different things. Obviously, it'll vary based on your age. It'll vary based on your health, uh, some of the things that you might do, some of your habits, how those habits might impact your insurability. It could be any number of things, but basically, if you happen to be someone, 35-year-old male, right, who's a non-tobacco smoker or non-tobacco user, who's in standard health, you don't have to be out running marathons, right? Just be in good health, where you see your doctor on a regular basis, where you take care of yourself. Maybe you do a little bit of exercise every once in a while. You eat well, those kind of things. But you're in good health, standard health. So for a 35-year-old male in this case to be a non-tobacco smoker, standard health, and he wants $200,000 of coverage, this person could get $200,000 of coverage for as low as $19 a month. $19 a month. So the whole notion of the whole idea that life insurance has to be expensive, let me tell you, that is absolutely not true. And if you have a cell phone, chances are, if you have life insurance, if you have insurance on your cell phone, man, let me tell you, to your family and to those people who look up to you, that love you, who depend on you, I'm quite sure your life is much more valuable than your cell phone. Really, $19 a month can give you some really, really good coverage. And of course, those things are going to vary on your unique situation. But, life insurance doesn't have to be very expensive. So for a female, same age, same situation, she could get life insurance, get coverage for as low as $18 a month, right? And of course, the more coverage, the more coverage you want, you can spend a little bit more and get that, right? But the beautiful thing about it is, as you can see, guys, life insurance does not have to break the bank. And let me just kind of give you a little bit of a comparison for comparison's sake. So roughly, we're talking about $20 a month, right? In order for you to be able to take $20 a month and grow it to $200,000, let me tell you guys, it would take you much, much longer. If you took $20 and invested it at 7%, it'll take you 58 years for your $20 a month to eventually come up to $200,000. See, I want to be able to share with you and show you how by buying life insurance, that means that you can set up a legacy for your family immediately. Once your policy goes into effect, once you've paid your very first premium, bam, $200,000. That's how much your estate is instantly worth, okay, right off the bat. And if you were to try to save that much money and invest it, it'll take you 58 years to do that at 7%. So I want to be able to show you that actually, in order for you to be able to leave a legacy for your family, just buying it is going to be a lot cheaper in many people's cases. It's a lot cheaper. It's a lot easier, and your family gets the immediate benefit should something happen to you, earlier, rather than later. So again, this just shows you guys that life insurance isn't, is not going to break the bank. And it's, of course, going to vary and change depending on your unique circumstances. But as you can see, it's pretty affordable. Myth number two. Life insurance doesn't benefit me. And I know some people might actually think that way, but the truth of the matter is life insurance can have huge benefits to you while you're living. You don't have to pass away and somebody else enjoy the benefits of what you've set up and what you've done. It doesn't have to work that way. You can actually benefit well, okay, from putting together a life insurance policy. So this is myth number two. People think that life insurance doesn't benefit me. But let me show you how it actually does. In this case, the first thing I want you to know is you can build value in your life policy tax-free, without taxes, ladies and gentlemen. And that value in your policy can be used to do what? Purchase your dream home, your dream car, be able to go on great vacations. You'll be able to, you can actually use those funds to fund your child's education, for starting a business, or buying or investing in other investable assets. See, many people think that, again, I have to pass away and die, and that's the only way that anyone get access to the money. And the truth of the matter is, if you have the right policy and if it's set up correctly, you can actually use the money during your lifetime. Let me tell you, you can use the cash value if your child gets sick. You don't have to just pass away. What if your parents get sick? See, the cash value in your policy can be accessed for any number of reasons, anytime that you want. You can access it for terminal illness if you become terminally ill. The death benefit associated with your policy can be accelerated, and you can get access to that money. If you happen to have a critical injury or critical illness, if you happen to have to go into an assisted living facility or a nursing home, or have some other caregiving costs that you wind up having to incur, guess what? The cash value associated with your policy, if you have the right policies, you can access the cash in your lifetime. And let me tell you something, guys. I'm sharing this story with you because I truly know the benefits associated with this. My mother, we actually had her in an assisted living facility for a few months, and that was very expensive. And the expense and the cost associated with having her in an assisted living facility that was something that my family and I had to supplement. Okay. So the money has to come from somewhere, right? But if there was a policy in place that would allow you to tap those resources, should you or someone you love happen to have to go to an assisted living facility or a nursing home, right? Nursing homes are even more expensive. If you happen to be in that situation, guess what? Now you have access to funds that you can use to help cover the costs associated with those things. I don't know, many of you guys, like I said, have never been in this position before, but I can tell you that Medicare and Medicaid, when it comes to covering these expenses, they have some really really funky rules. Okay, and sometimes you find yourself in a situation where they want you to liquidate all the things that you spent your whole lifetime building, okay, before they will help in terms of help pay or help supplement some of the expenses associated with living facilities and nursing homes. So let me tell you guys, life insurance is not just about you dying and somebody else spending the money. Life insurance has many, many, many other benefits and many other things that can be used. It can be used for during your lifetime. Okay. Let me share with you myth number three. Myth number three: insurance costs me money. And the truth of the matter is, life insurance can actually make you lots of money. So, what do you mean, Alex? When people are looking at investing, the usual things that people are investing their money in, what are we talking about? We're talking about savings accounts. You will never be able to build wealth with a savings account because savings accounts don't pay you enough to even keep up with inflation. Okay, we know savings accounts now are down. The savings rates are down to zero, and inflation, as we can see, is actually starting to speed up. It's actually increasing. So savings doesn't do it. So if we start looking at IRAs and 401ks and Roths and those kind of things, we start looking at the stock market and real estate, cryptocurrency. Well, let me just tell you, life insurance is one of those investable assets that you really should be taking a look at as well. And I'm going to share with you why. Here are some benefits associated with it, okay? Number one, sometimes people will say, hey, well, you know what, Alex, I want to be able to get term life insurance. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on this. I want to make sure that if something happens to me during my productive years, my really, really productive years when I'm a little bit younger, I want to make sure that, maybe my child's education is taken care of. Maybe my wife or spouse is able to pay off the home. Maybe I have some additional monies set aside that they can continue to sustain, right, their standard of living. Then, term life insurance might be the great way to go for you. Excuse me. And in that instance, the thing about term life insurance is that once the term expires, whether that's 10 years, 15, 20, or 30 years, once that term expires, the contract is no longer in force. And so many people feel like, because typically when the term policy goes away, right, that's it. The insurance is gone, and the premiums that you've paid for however many years, those things are just gone. Well, let me just tell you, there are actually policies and riders that you can get where you can actually get your premiums all back. You can get all your premiums during those 10, 15, 20, or 30 years. You can get those returned to you. So you can potentially, if you have the right insurance policy, you can get a term policy. You can get the right rider, return of rider premium, and you can have those premiums come back to you should you live past the term. So potentially, that makes the coverage, the cost of your insurance, potentially free. What else can life insurance do for you? Life insurance can actually get you stock market returns on your accounts with zero risk of losing money in the marketplace. Alex, what are you talking about? Because when you, depending on which type of policy you get and when it's structured the right way, you actually have you actually purchasing life insurance, and then the extra money is actually put into an account, an asset, okay, a savings account, and that account is actually can actually be indexed to the stock market, very similar to an index, a S&P 500 index fund. They're the same way. But the beauty about it is, with this particular product, with these type of products, you actually get all of the benefit, meaning all of the gain, but because it's not invested in the marketplace, in the stock market, you don't have to worry about your portfolio losing value if the market goes down. See, if you have money right now that's in an IRA, 401k, 403b, if you have in a TSP account, it doesn't matter. If any of those funds are invested in the stock market, okay, should the market crash, go down, or do whatever, and we know the stock market has been riding high for the last 10, 11, 12 years. So we know that it's due for a correction. Guess what? Any monies that you have in the marketplace, right, is actually exposed, and you could potentially lose a good chunk of it. Not with a life insurance policy. The money that you have set aside in an insurance policy will give you all the benefits, give you all of the upside, give you the same type of returns that you can get in the marketplace. But should the market go down, you actually lock in right where your account balance is. We often call this zero is your hero, meaning if the stock market goes down 15, 20, 30% or what have you, your portfolio value locks in. It does not go down. You just don't get a return for that particular year, of that month, or that particular year. But you don't suffer a 10, 20, or 30% loss in the overall value or of your portfolio. So guys, let me tell you something. This has tremendous value. What else? The money in your account grows tax-free. The money in your 401k, the money in your IRA, all those things, guess what? The government owns part of your IRA and your 401k. Because guess what? All the money that you have put into those accounts are tax deferred, meaning taxes have not been paid on that money just yet. So guess what? When you get ready to take it out and pull it out, you're going to be taxed on it. But guess what? The money that I've actually put into my policies, I won't be taxed on it. I won't be taxed on it. So somebody might say, well, Alex, that's no different than a Roth IRA. Many of you know Roth IRAs, it's after tax dollars, so the tax has already been paid on that money, and so in a Roth IRA, all of the money that you invest in that instance grows tax deferred. Well, guess what? They don't tell you that you can't access, right? You can't pull out any of that money for 5 years. You have to wait 5 years before you can access any of that money in a Roth IRA. Guess what? I don't have to wait with a life insurance policy. I can access my money tax-free at any time for any reason. If I want to be able to go out and buy a car, Guess what? I don't have to worry about FICO scores. I don't have to worry about what my credit score is, although my credit is really good. Um, I don't have to worry about that. You know, I get whatever my cash value is, I get access to it. And guess what? If I've accessed part of my money, let's say I have $100,000 of cash value in my policy, I can access that money and use it for other purposes. I can buy real estate with it. I can put it back into the stock market if I want to. I can put it in anything else that I feel like is going to bring me value, whether it be cash value, buying a dream home, whatever. I can use it for whatever purpose. They don't care, right? So that's the beauty, is I can access the money in my policy tax free at any time without penalty. If you have an IRA, 401k, 403b, TSP, 529 account set up for your child, guess what? If you try to access any of that money before 59 and a half, you will have to pay a 10% penalty, plus you have to pay taxes on that money. I don't have to worry about that, ladies and gentlemen, through life insurance. So as you can see, IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, TSP accounts, 529 plans, none of those plans hold a candle to what life insurance can do for you. So like I said before, this is going to be a very, very quick presentation today. I would love to share with you more information, okay, about life insurance and how you can benefit from it. If you would like to get your free no-risk consultation, guys, go to candidly.com/Alex, ALEX, Allure, ALURE, and set up a 30-minute conversation. And I would love to talk to you about how life insurance can benefit you and your family. So there you have it, guys. I would love to answer any questions that you might have at this time as it relates to life insurance. I know this has been a very quick overview. I really just wanted to kind of get this information out there because, again, I know how much it would have benefited me and my family had my father been covered. I know how much it's benefiting me now that I'm able to build wealth inside of my policies. I don't have to worry about whether the stock market is going up, down, sideways. It doesn't matter to me, okay? Because my money is actually in the life insurance policy, and I get the upside and none of the downside. I know my growth in my accounts are tax-free. And I don't have to worry about the government coming along later saying, hey, Alex, you owe me tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars later down the road. I don't have to worry about that. So, guys, I love to answer any questions that you may have about life insurance. Or I like to, I'm definitely available and open if you would like to set up your free no-risk consultation. If you happen to have life insurance right now with your job and that's the only life insurance that you have, let me just let you know that when you leave the company, if you happen to leave the company, when you leave the company, that you can't take that policy with you. And at that point, you would be a little bit older. And hopefully this isn't the case, but you might find yourself in a situation where you're older and you may not be able to qualify. So I always encourage people, you need to have at least a small policy that can be bumped up a little bit later on. But if your only life insurance is with your company, you need to have a policy outside of your company because you can't take the policy with you. Okay. So if you have life insurance now and you haven't had a policy review in the last 2 years, definitely set up a time with me, set up a consultation with me. We'd love to do a policy review for you, just to kind of see where you are and see if your policy can be tweaked or energized, right, to make it better for you and for your family. So with that, I love to see your comments. I'm going to be watching the comments area below. If you liked what I've shared today, or if you have any questions, you can put your comments below, or you can schedule a free no risk consultation for one-on-one with me. So guys, hey, I want to thank you for spending time with me today. I hope this has helped you and has shed some light on life insurance. Just so you can understand that life insurance is just a totally different beast. It's a totally different animal than your IRAs or your Roths or your 401ks or your 403bs. They have a totally different set of rules and regulations that can be used to benefit you and your family, guys. You don't have all the limitations and all the things associated with, contribution limits. You can only put so much into an IRA or a Roth account each year. With this, you can set it up so you can put as much as you want in it, and it all grows tax free. Guys, I can't say enough about this very, very strong financial tool. Let's get together. Let's talk about how this can help you and your family live better while you're alive. Position yourself so if life's emergencies or life's unexpected things come along, you're positioned where you're covered. And we want to be able to help you leave a legacy for your family. All right. So take care, guys. Put any comments or questions that you have below, and I look forward to talking to you. All right. God bless you.